What's up, Angel City? We are back. It is your girl, Panda from Angel City Chicks, bringing you episode 87. Finally. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not do this alongside my favorite podcast partner and best friend in life, Miss Nina Kiefer. What is going on over there?
Oh my goodness, what is up, everybody? We are back. Welcome to season 3. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on all your social media channels. Make sure you get those notifications so you can join us in the comments. This show is not the same without you. I know we're coming to you on a Saturday morning here. And with that, I need to say something very exciting. Happy Marathon Eve, my love.
Oh, how cute. Thank you so much. Yes. Tomorrow is the big day that myself and so many other people have been training for many months for. And well, one of the reasons why this weekend is chaos. Chaos. So, again, thank you. Happy Marathon Eve as well to everybody out there running it. Anybody that is going to be out there cheering us on, you have no idea how big that is. Like seeing faces that I know and even the ones I don't, of course, are just as great. But especially if I see somebody I know out there cheering me on, it just gives you like that little extra pep in our step. So hope to see you guys out there, maybe pre-gaming a little, head out to the after party. That'll be the beer tent after by the finish line. And then, of course, for those of you that are heading to the Angel City home opener, which we are going to get into, don't you worry, go and, just have a few beers with us in the beer tent and then head on over to the game. So, but yeah, it's
season opener, season 3.
I know we are fast approaching it. It is almost here. We've waited so many months for it, and it's a little I don't know, it's a little bittersweet to be honest. And we'll of course get into that. We can save our feels for the end because people aren't here to listen to our feelings. They are here to listen to Angel City, to find out about the game and figure out, what is going on with our team. And
Amanda, I thought we agreed we weren't doing feelings this year.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll just discuss my feelings at the end of this because who knows what my feelings will be tomorrow. I don't know. I may not have any feeling for that matter, but either way, tomorrow's a huge day all across. I'll make sure to highlight everything that's going on with myself as well, because we do have some fun announcements, some not even related to Angel City, but please stick around to the end because we have some fun things planned. Do we want to tell them what we're going to do, or are we going to save it, or
we can tease it a little?
Yeah, we might have something to open that is or unbox or whatever. We break some boxes, as they call it in the card industry. I'm very excited about it. They've been riding around in my car for so long, and I can't wait to see who we have in our NWSL collection of Volume 1 2023 NWSL cards. Super exciting. So, but anyways, let's do what we've been doing. I know people love when we start out with Angel City news, because if they don't care about the rest of the league, then they can just turn it off and go about their day.
Yeah. So we don't have a game to recap yet.
Oh God, yeah, I'm not ready for that.
It's been fun, but preseason is a time to test and to get things ready. So let's talk about the upcoming game. It's not just Marathon Eve, it is home opener Eve. Tomorrow is the big day for everyone. We will be taking on Bay FC for the first time officially.
Yes, so exciting. And, everything that I've read out there, it seems like this rivalry is really gearing up to be a much more organic rivalry. I think it's going to be a more fierce rivalry. I mean, no offense, but I think a lot of times LA really thinks about San Diego like their little brother, regardless of how games turn out and who wins who. I think they still feel like they're the little brother. Yeah, okay, you did some good things, good for you and everything. And I really think that this San Diego rivalry, because we both started at the same time, it really, I don't know, it felt a little forced. It felt a little like, here's two California teams. You've asked for it. You're welcome. Here you go. Now battle it out. And, it was there, but I don't know. I just really feel like this Bay FC rivalry is going to feel much more organic, much more fierce. You've got two completely different types of cities, two different types of cultures. And, I'm excited for it. I really think it's going to be a lot of fun. We already saw the banter that was happening between the
Oh,
two
yeah.
when we were at the NWSL draft. So you can imagine it's going to be fierce on Sunday. I can't wait. So why don't we go ahead and get into it? We're going to give you a little recap about what both teams have kind of, what we can see on the pitch, I guess. Like, let's take a look at who could be showing up for this game tomorrow and why they're going to make an impact. And I will go first. I'll start with Bay FC. And of course, they're heading into this inaugural season. They've made some pretty splashy signings. They've got a defensive core that is highly experienced with a lot of NWSL champions, including the 2021 NWSL Defender of the Year, Caprice Didasco, former Stanford standout Kiki Pickett, and veteran Scotland international Jean Beattie. Now, their big name signing in the midfield is Dana Castellanos. She is a former Florida State star from Venezuela who she opted to sign with, hear this, Atletico Madrid rather than entering the NWSL draft in 2020. That is huge. What a huge move. What a, I can't even imagine graduating and going over and starting your career in one of the biggest powerhouses when it comes to European soccer clubs. So that's going to be a huge one to watch in the midfield if you see her out there. And then, of course, the headliner up top, probably for their whole roster, is Nigerian international Asisat Oshoala. And I know that's why you made me do Bay FC, because you saw that and you're like, I'm not even trying to pronounce that. So I
You
hope I said it
practiced
right.
it. I'll let you go.
I wrote it, so I had to a few times. But she is 29 years old. She comes to San Jose from Barcelona, where she scored a head-turning 85 goals in 101 appearances. Seriously, come on now. That is a record-holding six-time African Women's Footballer of the Year and two-time Ballon d'Or nominee. Oshiala has scored the game winner against Australia in that 2023 World Cup. She is a beast, no doubt. Our defense is going to have their work cut out for them for sure. So very exciting about that. I did read that Camberos, who we did trade during the expansion draft and all that to BFC to kind of, be free from them. She's just sustained an injury, so I don't think that we are going to see her
Oh.
on the pitch, unfortunately. So I know a lot of people might have been looking forward to that, but right now, not looking like it, but obviously things can change. So that is really who the names you kind of want to look out for Bay FC. A lot of exciting things coming from them, and no doubt going to be a fierce matchup.
Absolutely. I would be nervous, but I think our defense got this on lock. We got a solid defense lineup. But, we also had our own share of signings. Angel City, of course, signed Giselle Thompson, the younger sister to Alyssa Thompson. And that was just the start of our youth movement. We saw South Korean international Casey Fair signed in January, followed by U17 standout Kennedy Fuller just this past week. Former Orlando Pride forward and 2023 Rookie of the Year nominee Messiah Bright signed shortly after Fair. Bright, who fell surprisingly low in the 2023 draft, kicked off her rookie season with a bang. And then in the midfield, Angel City added Costa Rican star Rocky Rodriguez, a 30-year-old who most recently spent 3 years with the Portland Thorns, winning the Shield and Challenge Cup in 2021, and of course the championship in 2022. Recently, Angel City signed defender Madison Curry to the backline. She was the 51st pick at the NWSL draft in January, but sadly, it looks like Felicia Knox and Jessica Garziano, who were the 37th and 44th picks in the draft, were dropped from the 26-player roster that was recently released. It's going to be
Yeah,
a
it looks like
fantastic matchup.
looks like all that work we did on the draft recap, I mean, we went 1 for 3 on that, unfortunately. So you have to wonder, what training looked like, what practice looked like, and why
Mhm.
they decided to drop them. I mean, they went with their highest pick in the draft, ending up keeping her. So keep an eye out for her. That's really exciting. Is there anyone you're really excited to see out there on the pitch,
I
doing their
mean,
thing?
Giselle. Like, we got to say Giselle, right? We know what Alyssa Thompson can do. And when you put that sibling mix into there, they have this intuition with how they play with each other. If you're not excited to see Giselle play, I don't know who you are.
Absolutely. I mean, that's going to be a real fun thing to watch. You know, they've already got the chemistry and camaraderie and everything. I'm excited to see Kennedy Fuller, such a young kid. I mean, she just turned, I think, 17. That her birthday was that following Saturday after we announced her. And I mean, she is just, I don't know, did we even get a chance to really go over her accolades? I mean, she's
She's
her scoring
brilliant.
ability is crazy. I mean, she played with U15, U17 levels. She helped lead the U15s to victory at the 2022 CONCACAF U15 Championship. She scored 9 goals and earned the tournament's Golden Ball Award in the process. I mean, she's insane. She was the Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Texas, an award that she was presented by by Mallory Swanson, and she was
Aw.
also named Player of the Tournament at the 2023 Montague Tournament, an annual U16 competition held in France. That was en route to a U.S. win. And then, I mean, she's just got accolade after accolade. She is such a young star, clearly wise beyond her years. She actually had planned on what was it that I remember reading about her? She finished school early. So she
Of course.
actually she finished high
Overachieve in every
school.
aspect.
Yeah, she has this huge dream of playing professionally. She's finished in 2.5 years, and that made it able for her to play professionally. And she was actually going to enroll in college first. And she had actually trained with a few different teams. She had
Probably
stints with
Stanford.
Washington. Yeah, she had
Of
stints with
course.
yeah, right? Don't they all? She had stints with Washington, Kansas City, San Diego, North Carolina, and Chelsea. So to have her here at Angel City, I would have loved to see what those talks looked like and why she chose here. Super excited for her. Lots of people out there that I'm excited for. I mean, Merritt Mathias. I mean, she's been on our
Yes,
roster and unfortunately been hurt, and really hope to see some great things from her as well. So it's going to be
absolutely.
I'm excited for this season. How are you feeling going into this season right now with who we've signed and where
Whew.
we're at, our subtractions and our additions? How are you feeling?
It's an interesting feeling. I definitely have those first game day nerves, where you want everything to go well. It still feels like every season is our first season. The magic hasn't gone away. It's still there, the anticipation, the excitement, the really desire to come out and to accomplish and to tackle and to break down barriers. Like, our supporter group, I think, really leads the way, and our front office leads the way with some of that momentum. And let's address the elephant in the room. The game was supposed to be today.
Right.
Like,
I mean, yeah,
we were
I think,
supposed to be tailgating now, but
yeah,
because of parking, museum events, things like that, we got bumped to tomorrow. And
right.
I've
And
said it
did
before.
we? I think we did mention that Angel City's front office did go to some pretty extreme lengths to
They
try
try.
and get this game to play on Saturday. They tried to move it up to noon.
They
they
offered
tried
money.
to compensate financially to allow this game to happen. They literally did everything they could, and it just wasn't possible, and it sucks. It
I'm
sucks
not
for
going to give up my
me.
source on this, but I'm going to say we were told even that load in for the event tonight doesn't even happen until like 5 p.m.
Right. Like it could have
So
happened,
it could have happened. This was
but no.
absolutely nothing to do with Angel City. And like I said, I'm not going to give up our source, but they aren't even starting setup until 5 p.m. and we can't play at noon.
Right. We would be done and out of their
Gone.
hair in plenty of time. And so many people whose flights got messed up, and people that had planned on leaving on Saturday that are going to now miss the game. People like myself who actually have obligations that
Mhm.
day aside from the marathon. I have something else, which at the end of this, I'll let you know what that is about because it is very exciting and I do
Okay.
want to share that. But it's just not something that I can just miss, unfortunately. I mean, it is financially compensated on one, and your girl, like, she not trying to pass up money when it's offered. um and so it sucks for everybody who can't make it. I feel your frustrations. I also feel for the front office because I do know that they did everything they could. And it's just one of those days where we just kind of have to cut our losses. And my favorite quote that in life that I live by is, if you can't change the situation you are in, change the way you feel about it. I can't
Ooh.
change the fact that I'm missing the game, but I can change how I feel about it, and I can choose not to be upset or mad or let those thoughts and emotions dictate how I am tomorrow. Tomorrow I can be happy that we're starting the season off. I can hope for
Mhm.
a win. I can cheer for it, and I can be happy that there are other games that I'm going to be able to make it to. So if you are sitting in your car right now or wherever and you are feeling the way I am and upset that you can't go, put it in perspective. Change the way you feel about it. Don't let negative feelings take over how you are, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. It's not worth it
Yeah.
at all. So,
And I'll say one thing that I do want to give our front office credit for is there's now talk of we just need our own stadium. Screw this. And if
yeah,
anyone is going to get it done, our front office knows how to make things happen. So we got to give credit there. They see a problem. They know.
yep,
Let's go.
absolutely.
Let's
So,
fill the stadium.
anyways, 4:30 tomorrow at BMO Stadium. Get there early. There will be a fan fest. There will be lots of tailgating. There's going to be, I think, early entry into the stadium where you get discounted drinks, Irish Heritage Night. If you run the marathon, show up with your medal and you get some fun little perks as well. So if you can make it, I highly, highly, highly
Don't run the
encourage you to do so.
marathon. Steal Panda's medal.
No, I will fight somebody for that medal. What you have to do to earn that thing? Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna wear your medal tomorrow and walk around like, yeah, I did it.
Oh man, I
I'm
am
just
going to
kidding.
side eye
I would
the heck
never.
out of you.
I would never.
Um,
I don't even think I could hold it.
you
I might
know,
like burst into flames.
it should. You should. It should do something weird if you didn't actually earn it, or it's not associated with like your bib or something that you're wearing. Some Angel City adjacent news that I did want to highlight that is sad. Simone Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't hear, Simone Charlie suffered a season-ending injury related to her Achilles. I think it really just piggybacked off of the Achilles injury that she had with us that
Mhm.
put her out. And I hate to say that we dodged a bullet, but we dodged a bullet because I have no doubt if we would have kept her on, this injury was something that was going to happen regardless. It had nothing to do with her being in it was at Orlando, I believe, that she was traded to. It has nothing to do with where she was at. I think it had everything with a previous injury and her just, we know how fast she is. We know how tenacious and just really aggressive she can be. So that Achilles was probably hanging on for dear life, and it was just bound to happen. So maybe Angel City knew that, and maybe they had some medical insight, and we're like, you know what? You say you're ready, but I don't know if we want to risk it. So unfortunately for
Yeah.
her, though, she'll be out the rest of the season. Hope for a swift recovery, because we certainly want to see her back on the pitch in some way, shape, or form. You never want to see a player injured and not playing, like one that we know that is still an SCI on our roster.
I was gonna say I was gonna save it till later, but I feel like we should just go through our roster real quick.
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's Angel City news. Let's just go over it,
just
and
making slides out of order.
you're
Per
welcome.
usual.
Yeah, well, per
Nothing
usual,
changes
we are
in
just
season
winging it.
3. Nina doesn't read.
Exactly, exactly. So, all right, well, you mentioned it. Why don't you start us off then with
Yeah.
what our 26 player roster is going to look like? We highlighted the big signings and stuff, but let's talk about who is staying with this squad for another year.
Absolutely. So starting in goal, of course, Angelina Anderson, Didi Haricic, and Hannah Strombow.
Yes, that's exciting.
Exciting
That's the
back line.
new one that we
I feel like
got. Yes.
with this, we're gonna see Didi probably starting.
You think?
I I didn't think we were keeping Didi. I love Didi, but
You
the
don't think
fact
we were
that we
keeping her, but you think she's going to start?
yes, because
You
clearly
don't
I'm
think she's
missing
staying?
something.
You don't think she's staying on as kind of like a mentor now that we don't have a goalkeeping coach?
Didn't we sign a goalkeeping coach?
Oh,
I'm pretty
did we?
sure we did.
Did we?
Pretty sure we did. I had
Uh,
saved it for you too, and then I forgot it. See, this is what happens when we go so long. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll have to look this up, but I'm pretty sure we finished out our technical staff. We're gonna have to scrolly scrolls through the gram to find this. If you're with us and you know. Please tell us.
Anyways, it's okay. It's really irrelevant at this point.
Rabbit hole. See what
It's
you've
all
done,
good.
rabbit hole.
I have not. I don't know what you're talking about.
You sent me
Anyways,
down the rabbit hole.
let's move on. Let's talk about our backline, our defenders. So, like we'd mentioned, Madison Curry, who we picked up in the NWSL
Omar.
draft. Shoot. Oh, okay. Thanks, Nina.
Yeah, we signed a goalkeeping coach back on January 31st. His name is Omar. We also signed a performance analysis, Oliver, and a director of rehabilitation, Sarah.
Love it. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Okay, moving on. Defenders. We talked about Madison Curry being signed from the NWSL draft. We did re-sign Elizabeth Eddy. We're still hanging on to Vanessa Gilles, who's on loan. Okay. Somebody tell me the benefit of that again. I guess money somewhere, but would love to have someone actually playing. Of course, we talked about Sarah Gordon being re-signed. Thank God. We're so happy to have her back. She was such a beast last season. And then Merritt Mathias, we've spoke about. Excited to see her. Hopefully see a lot of time on the pitch. Paige Nielsen, Megan Reed, Allie Riley, Jasmine Spencer, still listed back there as a defender. Giselle Thompson, and M.A. Vignola. So pretty solid back line. Very confident in what those ladies can do back there. Now, go for our midfield.
7 midfielders: Maggie Doty Howard, Kennedy Fuller, Madison Hammond, Amandine Henry, Clarice Lebion, Lily Nabet, and Rocky Rodriguez. And I think this is the position I am most excited for because every single name on this list is a power hitter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, super exciting. I mean, Megan Doherty, like we said, from San Diego, lots of good experience. She's gonna be great to watch. Rocky Rodriguez is a veteran in this game, gonna add a lot to that midfield for sure. Hopefully a great mentor to someone like a Kennedy Fuller who is new to this league. I hope that works well. Amandine Henry. And then, of course, Hammond and Lebion, Lily Nabet, we've seen many, many times. Excited to see them as well. So, yeah, pretty happy with our midfield. We'll see what happens. Now, let's move forward with forwards. We've got Messiah Bright, Claire Emsley, Katie Johnson, Sydney LaRue, Casey Fair, and Alyssa Thompson, all not on season-ending injury list. The two that are on this list as SEI are, of course, June Endo, who we know suffered that ACL injury in the preseason, unfortunately. And then we still have Kristen Press listed as SEI. And we've talked about this before. We've talked about this being a carryover from the last season. It has not been removed. It does not mean that it is season ending for this season still. It just means, I guess, remains to be seen, taking it day by day. It's there until it's not.
So our understanding of NWSL rules as it pertains to official roster lists is in order to remove the SEI status, season-ending injury, you have to have a press release about it. And they are not ready to release that.
Yes.
So
that's the story with that.
Now the cynic in me is like, yeah. It's coming.
Listen, I mean, you never want to say it, you never want to see it. But I think it's safe to say that going through everything that Kristen Press has gone through with this injury and the amount of surgery she's had and the time it is taken away from her off the pitch, it is going to be incredibly difficult to come back to this team at the same level that she left at. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. I would love to know what everyone else thinks about that. If they think that like we're just hanging on and we're ready, we can't wait for her to come back, or is it like maybe we should, be looking at, replacing her, in the future? I don't know. I think we have
comments. If you're a professional athlete that's had 5 ACL surgeries or whatever the heck she had and come back from it, let us know. Any other professional world-class athletes that have had 5 surgeries in a year? Anyone in the comments? No? Oh, me either.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult, and that's not a testament to her physicality. That is just human status. I mean, how much can the knee take? How much is even left in that knee that is going to be able to do the things that are required of a player at a professional level to perform the exactly what we want her to do. So I think it's going to take her coming back and getting some runs on the pitch, seeing what it's all about, and then making a decision from there. I mean, I think we just have to see it. I think we can't speculate, and then we'll decide. But either way, that is what our roster looks like. That is who you can expect to see. I think it's been a fun off season. I'm excited for it. I think there definitely is a youth movement. I think we are looking forward to the future. I think this will be a great season, but I think they're definitely anticipating this being a team that they can build around, a team that they are hopefully in it for the next few years, that they can instill this Angel City culture onto. And I'm really excited. So, yeah, it's
Yeah,
going to be a lot of
as
fun.
Ben says, it's like we have a solid 16 starters for 11 spots, and we'll see if we keep the same formation as in the past, or if we move on to a new formation and maximize our talent. That will be the thing to see.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be exciting. I can't wait. So tomorrow's going to be fun. It's going to say a lot about both teams, and I am here for it. So, all right. Let's
Yeah.
move on to we're going to move on to what we consider NWSL news because it is across the league. But we're definitely starting out with how Angel City did, and thanks to Andy King, he listens to podcasts. He's posting. I think he pretty much moderates all the Angel City FC supporters on Facebook, and he put this out here, which made it real easy to kind of digest what this article was. And I'll let you go through that in just a second. But let me read off to those that are listening what we are talking about. So there's an article released that was the 2024 NWSL Ambition Rankings, and it was talking about which teams lead the way. It really wants to know what the growth is looking like in the NWSL. They want to know what the clubs are doing to really kind of shift the power of the women's game, and how ambitious are these teams and their owners, and what are they doing to set new standards as a collective, and who is at the front of that charge, who's saying, all right, we need to change some things. We need to figure out, who is really setting the tone for what we think NWSL needs to look like in the future. And, this whole general idea was inspired by the late, great Grant Wall. He created his popular ambition rankings to measure MLS teams leading the pack versus those coasting. And he was such an advocate of the women's game in mainstream media. So definitely not replacing what he might have done, but hope to kind of
Carrying
carry
on
that
his
on
legacy.
to honor his legacy in this way. So let's kind of get into what it looked like. Do you want to read Angel Cities, or do you want me to tell you who was first and why?
Let's just say who's first.
Okay, so let's go through who is first. So first, and for good reason, is Kansas City Current. And I think the fact that they have built the first ever women's specific soccer stadium, that was built just for an NWSL team, that shows you far and away that they are leading the charge when it comes to women's sports. I mean, there's nothing else like it in the world, let alone the NWSL. It's incredible to see what they're doing. I mean, it's such a great stadium. Have you seen the pictures of it?
Freaking beautiful. Just
It's so
absolutely
beautiful.
gorgeous.
We have to go there. We have to have an away
Absolutely.
day. Absolutely over there. So real quick, they go through. Do you mind to read off the 6 categories that they are putting
Yeah.
ranking them
So
on? Read
we're
those 6.
being ranked on player spend, facilities, creativity, long-term vision, staffing, and local relevance. So you're
So
getting
yeah,
a score out of 30 for those 6 categories, a total of 5 points possible each. And Kansas City coming in, of course, with a 5 in facilities, of course, with a 5 in long-term vision, and 4s across the board everywhere else for a total of 26 out of 30.
yeah. So, I mean, well deserved. I mean, they're doing something within women's sports that just has never been done. So they are far and away leading the charge on setting a new standard for what other teams probably need to aspire to be. Now, Angel City obviously deserves credit for what they have done in terms of what it means to be a women's or soccer, or just a soccer team or a women's sports team in general. It doesn't even have to be soccer. This is across the board for any women's sport out there. I mean, their club ownership that has dozens of minority investors. They paid immediate dividends with their 15,000 season ticket holder that they sold before we ever kicked a ball. 100
Player
people.
22 fund. We've got so much
Yes,
and so much
the
investment in players. Now, I'm
yeah,
going to disagree with this rating a little bit for Angel City, though. Okay, so we got a 4 on player spend, a 4 for facilities, a 4 for creativity, a 5 for long-term vision, a 5 for staffing, and a 4 for local relevance. Now, I argue that's a 5 for local relevance. Come
yeah,
on. How
right.
on earth can you think that this team is not connecting with the local city and with the local culture? The only way I can think of is with all of the issues we've had with protesting in terms of, Free Palestine movement, where the front office really clashed with some of the supporters.
Yeah.
But in terms
Yeah.
of trying to connect with the community and trying to be a part of Los Angeles, I do feel like the front office tries very hard to connect and to be a part of the community and to be almost a grassroots presence for a very large, very highly valued brand community sports
Yeah,
team.
no, absolutely. I mean, I think Angel City defines LA in so many ways. It connects with the people of LA in so many levels. All of their sponsorships that they have with so many local businesses around here. The fact that they give 10% of, I think, their revenue whenever they get a sponsorship, back to the community. I don't understand what they would have to do differently to get a 5 at this point, because I feel like
Yeah.
they really do constantly out there at volunteer events. I mean, every week, especially when we're podcasting weekly, we always have a list of events that are going on where you can go out there and volunteer in your community. So again, I don't know
We're
what they would have had
selling
to
out.
do.
We've been selling out the stadium. So the only thing I can think is we currently also have 26 points and they didn't want us to rank higher than
Right? That
somebody
one
who just.
point would
But
have
you
put
know what
us
I would
above them.
argue? I don't know if our facilities are a 4. Like, I love BMO, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
if our bar, if the 5 is you own your own space, I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe we're a 3.5. Can we do half points?
I think 4 is, if it's not your own space, but
But
it's
it's
a
a good
great
quality space.
it's a
Yeah,
good quality stadium.
you're right.
It's a great experience there. They have the same issues that all the other stadiums have, except for now Kansas City Current, is, that there's
Mhm.
going to be struggles with scheduling. There's going to be issues with training facilities. So, I think they've done the best that they could with it. I guess if we really wanted to go back, we could say, if we watched that documentary, we do know that they did have struggles with training facilities in the very beginning, but
Exactly.
they did move and find new homes. So I don't know if they're grading them on then or now or what, but either way, yeah. I think long-term vision, especially with the youth movement that they're doing and how they're progressing in
Mhm.
that. So yeah, it
Right.
seems good. It seems okay.
Let's
But
just
I
run
don't know what
through.
they could have done with local relevance and made it any better.
Me either. So let's just
So
run through who came in after us. I love seeing San Diego Wave coming in third and us in second. Like, a.
facilities a 4. Can we say facilities a 3 with their lack of shade and how
2
hot
for
it
them.
is,
Are you kidding? Like,
right?
how is that stadium getting no, wrong, ESPN. After that, we hit Washington Spirit, who did rank high. They kind of tied also with San Diego Wave in terms of points. Bay FC coming in that number 5 slot, followed by Portland Thorns, only number 6.
They
Very
got a 5 in
interesting.
local relevance.
Makes no sense to me.
But they do, their people show up. The first ever game
Yeah,
that we um
that's true.
and they were the most they were selling out, or they were selling the most tickets far and away before Angel City came in. For
Which
so long
leads
they
back
were
to,
leading the
is this current, or are we looking at the past?
Right. What are they getting now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Number 7, Racing Louisville. Number 8, Orlando Pride. Number 9, New Jersey, New York, Gotham. What? Like that's what doesn't make sense to me. They got a 5 for player spend, 3 for facility, 3 for creativity, 3 for long-term vision. That wouldn't make sense to me because when you hire all of the like US women's national team players that are also about to retire, you don't really have long-term vision. 4 for staffing and 2 for local relevance for them.
Yeah, I mean, they don't draw the crowds that they should. Maybe it's because they're in New Jersey. Maybe when NYCFC builds their new stadium, maybe they'll look to maybe move on over there and have their games over there in Queens. Maybe
That'd be
that'll make it
okay.
a
I
more.
love the cube. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
The
can
cube is
we?
amazing.
The cube is so cool.
I
So for
can't
those of
wait.
you who don't follow men's soccer, we're getting a new stadium in the heart of New York in Queens. It's going to be super cool. NYCFC is going to be playing there. They're calling it the Cube. It's got this amazing digital screen. And, you know, we can mock box buildings all you want, but this one's freaking cool.
It's very cool. I like it. And I mean, I love New York. I mean, I never look at them as any kind of rival at all. I always think of them as like our East Coast brethren, if you will. And yeah, I'm excited for them. They've been playing at Yankee Stadium since their inception in 2015, which is god awful. I've been to, I was a season ticket holder the first season that they were there and went to a lot of games in Yankee Stadium. It's just bizarre and just doesn't feel like it should. But you know what? It's still in the heart of New York City as opposed to the Red Bulls are over in Jersey. So, at least they got that going for them, but super happy for them to have their own stadium. It looks really cool. So it'd be really cool because let's be honest here, it's very difficult for a team in New York to build a new stadium, especially like a women's team in New York would have a very hard time getting their own stadium. It's just, there's just not the structure, the land out there to be able to do it because it took NYCFC, 8, 9, 10 years now to get their own, and that's just because of availability. So, but it would really, I would love to see them play in that stadium. It's really cute.
I just want to go to the
and the colors match more. That blue, is much more reminiscent than the red at the Red Bull Stadium. Like it would vibe more. So, anyways, I digress. Sorry for the tangent, but
all right. Coming in number 10, Utah Royals. Coming in number 11, Seattle Reign FC, which is interesting given, new ownership and things like that they're not ranking higher. 12, NC Courage, who constantly do well, coming in kind of low there for creativity, only a 2 in that category. Houston Dash coming in at number 13 with a 2 in staffing and a 2 in local relevance. And then 14, Chicago Red Stars. I can't believe they're all the way down here, but facilities, local relevance, and everything else a 3. Like, they are coming in on bottom. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, a lot of work to do with those bottom clubs, but hopefully with what's happening up top of this list, that'll be some inspiration and maybe some motivation for them. Maybe they just really didn't know where to go with it. They didn't have people on their staff to take those chances like, the Bay FCs, the San Diego Waves, the Angel Cities, the Currents. So maybe this will inspire them. Maybe they are going to pull on new people to their staff and say, all right, this is what these other clubs are doing. How can we meet and surpass what they're bringing to this women's game? So I love that they're doing this. I think it's giving people some motivation. It's giving them some data, and no one likes to be at the bottom of any list. So hey, let's see who can level up. I can't wait to see what these rankings look like, a year from now or 2 years or whatever. So cool. Thanks, Andy, for breaking that down for us. Because he did break it down to like what that actually meant, like player spend, willingness to spend on players. How many are doing that? Facilities, willingness to spend on a stadium and training facilities, the creativity, the innovation, the willingness to try something new. So you can imagine the ones that are at the bottom of the list are why they're scoring lower in creativity because they're just not doing the new things that they need to do to stand out. And then the long-term do something. The long-term vision. What is do they look like a club that is vying for stuff in the future? Or are they just in the here and now? And then staffing investment on and off the field. And then 6, the local relevance, local media market relevance, and attendance. Again, why did Angel City get a 5? I don't know. So,
All right, but
anyways,
let's talk
that's
about that number one slot once more and what local relevance I think truly, truly looks like
Oh, I
sometimes.
love this. I don't know if you guys saw this post from Casey Current, but if you guys make your way to Kansas City and end up in the airport, you are going to be inundated with Casey Current media everywhere, and I think it's so cool. I mean, you are not going to leave that airport not knowing who Kansas City Current is, and I think that's exactly what every team needs to do.
Absolutely. So for those of you not joining us on YouTube, these are window graphics here in the airport where you can see KC Current is advertising. They've got quotes, they've got player pictures, just so cool. And I love this for them. Just the amount of attention they are getting is incredible. Super exciting. But we've come a long way talking about NWSL. We haven't talked about something that literally just happened that if you blinked, you missed. So the
Right?
Fugazi Cup. The Fugazi Cup. It used to be this thing that dragged on forever, and it's come and gone in a heartbeat. It has already happened. The Challenge Cup is over, and we have a winner.
Yeah. Did
Woo!
it just kind of pop up out of nowhere for you too? I
I was like, oh
feel
shit.
like I feel like there should have been a lot more like coverage, a lot more like branding about I don't know. I mean, they changed this whole format to go from a plethora of weird games at the beginning of the season to just one. And if you don't know what it is, it's the Shield winner versus the Cup winner. One game, one and done, Challenge Cup winner. And well, it ended in a thrilling 1-0 victory for the San Diego Wave, courtesy of an 88th minute goal by Alex Morgan.
No surprise there. Alex knows how to come in when it counts. I still wish we had snagged her up. She's been one of my favorite soccer players to watch for so long. So super excited for her to claim that title, but really kind of wanted Gotham to win.
Yeah, it would have been very cool for them. Absolutely. I mean, the San Diego Wave, they don't need any more hardware right now. Come on now. We
Yeah,
don't like to see
absolutely
it.
not. And speaking of San Diego Wave, not necessarily hardware, but okay then. Making waves, if you will, for um selling. NWSL approved the sale of San Diego Wave with $120 million valuation. They have sold.
So this is something that we have talked about ad nauseum for the last couple years, and it is people are investing in women's sports. People are finally seeing that investing in these teams is turning a profit. It is making people rich, per se. I mean, just to put it out there. And this is what's happening. They saw the opportunity to sell it and make I would love to know. I didn't read the actual financials on it, but I'd love to know what the profit was for that sale. And those that are buying it at that price are seeing that there's a reason why they're buying it at that price because they see that it's going to grow even more, and they are planning, I'm sure, at some point on turning a profit on this or hoping that this $120 million valuation or whatever is more than that in the future. And that's just what we have talked about over and over is it is trendy to invest in women's sports because people are showing up, people are spending money, this league is growing. It is much more of a financial asset as opposed to what it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. So if you got a casual 120 million sitting in your pocket, you might be in the market and you might be able to buy Angel City. Because with this, we are trying to get 180 million. We said hold our purse, San Diego Wave. We're going to up you a couple million. So if you've got a couple million just burning a hole in your pocket, go ahead, buy Angel City.
Yeah, let me check my financials real quick and see if this is doable or not.
Yeah, I got to talk to my people. I got to talk to my lawyer and my business manager and see if I have, a couple million ready to go.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Guess what are your thoughts on them trying to sell? Do you think it's why can't I say sale sell like my
Brady, Brady,
My
Brady.
my accent is going through it right now. So,
I mean, I
um,
think it's exciting. I think this kind of a sale is what could lead us to getting potentially our own stadium because you do need an influx of cash in order to do this. But there are still questions about like, where is this ownership coming from? And this ownership includes board control. So whoever they bring in is also going to have a huge say in the direction that this team takes. So this is huge. Like, they're going to have to do a really deep dive on whoever this is because I'll tell you what, you can't bring anyone in who has even like an ounce of a negative past. This community and this team have high standards. So to find somebody with $180 million, not just their net worth, but just liquid,
right.
essentially, with no like bad past, I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah.
I want a
I
stadium,
mean,
so let's find them.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure there has to be something behind it that is advantageous for Angel City as a whole. I know Alexis Ohanian is not looking to sell his shares from what
Mm.
I've read. So you have to wonder who within that ownership group is and why. Is it clearly a financial thing? Is there a culture shift? Is there, a personality conflicts? What is going on? I don't
Well,
know.
the
It could be
article did say, it did allude to this. The article alluded to the fact that there were some conflicts within certain investors in front office that were leading to some of this. So I think by selling and getting board control, you eliminate some of that conflict because it doesn't matter anymore what anyone thinks. You've got board
no.
control.
True, true. So anxious to see where this heads and what actually, happens from all of it, and if it affects anybody, on our level in any way, or it's just business as usual, just like anything else, and everything pretty much stays the same. It's just a changing of hands and money, and things that
Mhm.
I really just don't care to be involved in
Groundbreaking of a
because
stadium, fun
I
things.
don't because I don't have money, so that's why.
What is
All
money?
right,
All right. But you know what? I want to talk about the next thing and I want to talk about it in a positive light because
okay,
so often we talk about the fact that Nike sucks and that they don't have good sizing and all this other stuff. And I'm going to put that to the side for today because we all already know this is not an Angel City issue. We put pressure on Angel City to speak for us with the NWSL as it pertains to jersey sizes. Because
Mhm.
to reiterate something we've said for 3 years now, for a men's team, I can get a women's 2X. For the women's team, I cannot. This is a
Right, because
problem.
Adidas, Nike.
But
That's
a league wide revamp and the way they styled these kits, freaking beautiful. I love so much all of these jerseys, other than Bay FC's. I do feel bad for them. But
yeah,
I love this jersey reboot, the league wide jersey relaunch. Everybody got new kits home and away. I like it. I love the way we styled these. It's so cool to me.
yeah. No, they all look really cool. They did a great job with them, and like you said, styling is cool. I love what Louisville did with theirs, with the green, and I love their jerseys in general. They're just so cool with like that real faint argyle, and yeah, they look great. I love it. They gave it like a fashion kind of like sense to it. Like they didn't just throw them
Yes.
on with like some shorts and called it a day. They like put thought into it, and I do appreciate
They
that. So
styled them.
yes, they did style them. They went above and beyond. They're great. I like them. We saw them in person and they do look great. I can't wait to see the girls on the pitch in them. I think they're going to look fantastic. And if you're looking to see these girls on the pitch, of course, we've talked about the game Sunday, but if you're not going to make it to the game on Sunday, you can watch it on Bally Sports West. It's a local channel, which I actually really like it. When I watch it on Bally Sports, they're very Angel City forward. They show the intro and the music, and it's all about Angel City. So if
That's
you have that,
cool.
I highly recommend that. If not, it'll be on NWSL Plus, and you catch it there again 4:30. tomorrow Pacific Standard Time. And then, of course, if you're a radio girly or guy, then iHeartRadio will have it, and then KWKW in Espanol. So lots of ways to catch this game, either in person or, from afar. So pick your favorite way. And it won't be the only way you can watch games this season. Nina, do you want to go over real quick some of the other avenues that these games will be on, depending on the matchup?
Yeah, so depending on the matchup, you might be able to watch the NWSL matches. Friday night matches are going to be on Prime Video. Saturday night double headers on Ion Network. Regular season matches on the CBS Television Network and Paramount Plus, with additional matches airing on CBS Sports Network. And ESPN is going to air matches across ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus. And of course, you now know you can go online and get a new app. Get a new app.
I'm going to have to delete that to make some more room for stuff. I'm running out of room on my phone. My memory is fading. My storage is full.
NWSL Plus is going to be the new way to watch. You can get it on your TV, on your phone, on all of the thingy-mabobbers, all of the technology you need. Watch your games there as well. But if you're going in person tomorrow, make sure you pick up, I clicked too much there. Make sure you pick up your season ticket holder gift. We can put our Archeroos in there. Get your wine on, put it inside your little lunchy pail, get it, bring it to us.
Oh, you can't get it tomorrow. You know that, right?
No, I didn't read.
No, they released. So if you read the last sentence, it says, including pickup information will be shared at a later date. And they're going to have a season ticket member event later in the season, because they can't give these away because you can't bring them in.
I mean, that makes sense. That's smart.
Right. So if you're a season ticket member, look for events at a later date when they are going to announce when you can pick it up. So you cannot pick it up yet. So that's what it looks like, though. So
one day Nina will read.
Nina doesn't read. I don't know if you guys have realized that, but
unlikely.
So. Anyways, well, guess what? This next thing,
something in all caps and put "read this." Like, okay.
All of our notes all the time. All right, guys, we promised you something real special, and if you're on the YouTubes, it's even more special. But if you're listening along, just hang in there. We're gonna tell you exactly what we're looking at. But obviously, we have these NWSL cards, and we are gonna do a box breaking real quick, because I mean, this is the first year of this, first season of these, and we got our hands on them. And I forgot the name of the person who gave them to us, but are they associated with Park?
Yes. So with Parkside does the NWSL cards, and for those of you who don't know, my man, the Scarf, big fan of the card breaking and all that stuff. He does it on the regs.
Yes.
So Amanda and I are going to do what's called a pack war. I've never actually really done one, but essentially we're both going to freshly open our cases, and then whoever has the coolest, most valuable, however you want to decide it, cards is going to win here. And
I think everybody watching or listening is going to have to vote on that. Which pack would you rather have?
Absolutely. And do you want to say winner owes the other a bottle of wine? Not Charles Shaw?
Right, exactly. I had a small glass of wine last night after my little flat tire on the freeway incident.
Oh gosh.
It was the first one I've had all week. I was saving it for after the race, but I had to. So. What? I can't hear you.
Did I mute myself?
But you sounded like you were talking through a wind tunnel.
Oh, probably because I was opening stuff. But so there's 25 cards in here.
Okay. They look like this. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So do we just open and go?
Yeah.
Do we show one for one or what?
Yeah, let's do 1 and 1, but let's do it quick. Oh, my back one's going to be good.
Oh, boy. All right.
Ooh. There we go.
Super exciting. All right, guys. Here we go. I've got mine open.
Oh, I feel like I'm already winning.
You probably are. All right. What was your first?
Quinn.
Sam Hyatt from OL Reign.
I got to pick it.
Okay. I got Katie Lynn from Houston Dynamo.
Urseg.
Diana Ordonez, Houston Dynamo.
Murphy.
Leah Pruitt, Orlando Pride.
Lawrence.
Kylie Strom from Orlando Pride.
Ooh, Morgan Weaver, Thorns.
Ooh, Christy Mewis, New Jersey Gotham.
Lucky.
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Bogarch.
All right. Jill Aguilera, Chicago Stars.
Elizabeth Ball.
Okay. Cassie Miller, Casey Current, their goalkeeper.
Schlegel.
All right. Paige Monahan or Racing Louisville.
Deakia.
Lily Nabet, Angel City.
Oh, hey, first
I
ACFC.
got
There
her
you
first
go.
ace card. Okay.
Okay, so this is a special card. You can tell because it's black and white. And this is a Pickett from Gotham.
All right. I've got Barbara Olivieri from Houston, and it is also a black and white.
Okay, my
Super
next
cool.
one is an autograph. I don't know if you also have an auto coming up now, but I've got Haley Hopkins from NC Courage, a nice auto there.
It's not signed, but it's also Haley Hopkins.
Oh, that's so funny.
But it's a red one. It's got her draft pick number
So,
on the back.
A number on the back up at the top. You see how mine says it's number 44 out of 99. Cards get numbered when they're special.
This is a 2023 NWSL draft card.
Ooh.
It's got her draft number, so that's cool.
Okay. Mine's a little more
Okay.
valuable because it's got an auto.
Ooh, oh boy.
Oh, okay. I've got another insert here. I've got
Okay.
Savannah DeMello.
Okay. I've got
Nice,
similar. I've got a Crystal Dunn.
Okay, 50-50 on that. Not sure who's better.
Okay.
Oh, I've got an X. I've got another
What?
insert, a black and white. Tyler Lucy.
Oh, I've got one of those coming up. I just saw. But next is Chloe Ricketts.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Cool. Yeah, Washington Spirit.
All right,
All
I got
right.
another insert. Taryn Torres, nice shiny Gotham.
I've got a shiny X. I've got a Danny Weatherholt.
Okay, you're winning.
Don't cry. Don't cry. All right, next.
Sophia Huerta.
Oh, good. I've got Brianna Pinto from NC Courage.
Ooh, I have a promising prospect. Hoytema.
Oh, I do too. Allie Schlegel.
Okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
Chidiac.
Oh boy. Allie Krieger.
Aww.
I think I'm winning, Nina.
I disagree. McDonald.
Swanson. Mallory. Chicago.
There we go.
All right.
Imani Dorsey. Vintage card.
Oh, this is a cool one. I don't know what kind of card this is, but Carrie Abello. It's a vintage card. It's like brown on the back.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, yeah. I know ours are in the same order, it looks like.
It does seem like that. All right. I got Larson.
I've got Clara Robbins, North Carolina Courage.
I think I just took the win right here. I got myself an Alyssa Thompson.
Solid. Gabrielle Carl, Washington Spirit.
Sam Staub.
Ooh, for U.S. Women's National Team fans, I got a Naomi Girma.
Ooh.
Right.
Tunendo.
Oh, solid. Amber Brooks, Washington Spirit.
I end mine with a Korniak.
All right. I have an Aubrey Kingsbury, Washington Spirit.
All right. So why don't we both pick what we think our top 4 or 5 are, and we'll post and let everyone vote.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm going to go. I have to go with my auto for sure.
Yeah.
Then I just don't know. I'm going to go with my prospect, Hoytema. We're doing 4 or 5. How many do I get?
Do 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably mine. I'm sure people will disagree, but that's okay. All right.
Okay. I've got my top 5. My top 5 are going to be my black and white picket,
Uh-huh.
my shiny DeMello, my prospect Hoytema, which is not numbered. I lied. My signature from Haley Hopkins because it's a signature. And
Yeah,
of
I don't
course,
have a signature.
my Alyssa Thompson. Those are my 5.
Are you picking them because of the card type or the person?
Both.
Okay. I don't really have any too cool ones. I mean, most of mine are just people. I mean, I do have a what are the shiny ones called?
Reflectors.
The reflectors. I have the Crystal Dunn and the Danny Weatherholt that are super cute.
Those are very cool.
And then, of course, I've got Naomi Girma, Ali Krieger, and Christy Mewis.
Okay.
Putting those all together. So
I think I won.
I guess
For
it
the
all
first
depends
time.
on what you like. I don't know.
For
I
the
mean,
first
the Haley Hopkins one was cool. Her draft card that, has her draft number. That's a very cool card. So
That is a cool card.
yeah, I don't hate that one. And then the Promising Prospect card is really cool. It's just nice and shiny and pink. So
Yeah, I like that one.
anyways, I think everybody should head on over Parkside and pick their own group of cards up as well. Be cool to have them out to a tailgate maybe where people can purchase them, maybe set up a booth. We can maybe if there's enough interest, reach out to them and see if they would like to collab or something. I don't know. Let us know if you have interest in that and see if we can make it happen. Or maybe we can get a shipment of cards and sell them for them and just give them back their money.
So before we close out and go with the quote, Panda, tell everybody your exciting thing for tomorrow besides the marathon.
Yeah. Yes. Well, there's also 2 things that I need to mention, and I'm really sad that we haven't mentioned it yet already. But tomorrow, after the marathon, I will be getting in a car with Nina and driving to Ontario, which, we are heavily involved in the indoor game. And we have a game that we have to work, but this game is just a little more special because if you guys are familiar with the Golasso Network, where Susanna Collins, Alexis Guerrero are big parts of it. Attacking Third has a segment on the Golasso Network as well. It's just a soccer-specific network on Paramount Plus is the platform. So if you have Paramount Plus and you go to the Golasso Network tomorrow at 4:30, they are going to actually be airing and producing the Soccers versus Strikers game that my husband will be doing play-by-play for. So you'll hear his voice. And then I will be doing, I don't know if I'll be on the Golasso Network doing anything because of the marathon and being so pressed for time. But I think I will be doing some MASL quick hit videos and interviews with people. So I'll be out there, but definitely a big move for the league itself being aired on such a big network. It's first time it's been on a network like that since probably the 80s when it was huge. So real excited for that. And big reason why I have to miss the Angel City game. This is, this is more of a financial work opportunity as opposed to, just, what we just enjoy doing and would love to be a part of. So this is exciting. So tune in if you can. I don't know what the options are for watching the game if you don't watch it live. We haven't figured that out yet, but definitely we'll let you know. And second big news is happy birthday, Gremlins.
I know, the babies.
Our babies, our gremlins that you guys have been with us through all of this, through, seeing them as little tiny nuggets are 2 years old today. So I want a big shout out to the gremlins, Harry, Hagrid, and Huff, who are 2 years old today. So lots of belly scratches, lots of snacky snacks. Hopefully, Nina, you'll be by later to give them all the hugs and love that you can. So
if they will allow.
They will allow, don't worry. I mean, maybe in minimal capacity, but yes.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I might have to bribe them.
You guys will see them. That's okay.
Absolutely.
I have to bribe them too sometimes. All right, guys. Do you have anything else but what we usually like to end this with?
Now let's move to a quote. So this one comes from,
All
of course, our head coach, Becky Tweed. She says, "We want to win championships and we want this club to continue to develop and grow. We want it to start now with signing players, no matter what age they are. We all need them to contribute to the culture and on the field performance." Panda, you ready?
I'm ready.
Good, because we're going.
Love it. Ready? Is that how we're ending it?
I don't know. Bye.
Bye.